Hey folks, happy Wednesday afternoon. I hope that this finds you well, and I hope that you're enjoying the sunshine out there, and probably, hopefully, staying kind of grounded because it's so windy. I just wanted to make and send a quick video as it relates to the course offerings for the philosophy department in fall of this year, 2021. I know many of you, if not all of you, I mean, maybe aside from the graduating seniors, and they're probably, thrilled about this, but for any non-graduating senior, I know that you all are in the mix of registering for classes, and chances are you probably have some of them already picked out. Chances are you already maybe are decided for the fall. But I did just want to kind of do a very quick run through of classes that the philosophy department is offering for fall of 2021. And I make this mention just for the fact that if anything that we've encountered in our class material-wise, if anything that has come up that you found kind of drawn to, that you found interested in, that you've wanted to explore more, then I highly encourage you to take another philosophy class, whether that's with me or whether that's with one of my colleagues. I think that many of you would find other philosophy classes interesting, worthwhile, both as it relates to the subject matter, but also to the skills that you develop taking a philosophy class, right? And, taking a philosophy class and just the benefits that you get from doing that kind of philosophical work. So a couple of things, and I'll post this here in an email as well, but a couple of classes just to make mention of. There's a lot of intro to ethics classes, so if you haven't taken that or if you need to repeat it, you can see the classes and the times that you'll be able to do that. There will be some live classes. There will also be some online classes. And there's still a little bit of discussion university-wide on whether or not we have live classes, high flex, or some kind of in between. So that also has yet to be decided, but we are planning for live instruction in the fall. Like I said, there's a couple of 103 classes. You can take a look at that. I'm teaching Philosophy 201, which is Intro to Critical Thinking, which is essentially our Intro to Logic course. So looking at the nature of rational argumentation, fallacies. We do some philosophy of language work in that class. I haven't actually taught it for a couple of semesters, so I'm actually pretty excited to get back to it. And it should be pretty fun. Business ethics. So if maybe you're a business major and you want to have a more specific-minded business ethics class, my colleague Jamal is teaching that. Philosophy 209, Mind and Madness, taught by a colleague of mine named Alita Quinn. I don't know much about that class other than it sounds really fascinating, so might be worth checking out. I'm teaching a class called Philosophy and Film. I taught it for the first time in the fall of 2020. I'm excited to teach it again. It is just one day a week for 2.5 hours on Tuesdays from 3:30 to 6. Essentially what we do is we take philosophical concepts and we look at various films that correspond with those philosophical concepts. So we think about the nature of love. What is love? What is, how is love known? How is love experienced? And then we look at various movies depicting conceptions of love. Okay? I'm also teaching Philosophy 240, which is Belief in Reality. It's a really nice class to take as kind of like the next class after Philosophy 103. So if you've taken 103 and you have yet to take another philosophy class, this would be a great one to do so. I really enjoy teaching it. It's an introduction to metaphysics and epistemology class. My colleague Bert is teaching decision theory. Again, I don't know much about this class other than it sounds interesting to me, but essentially diving in philosophically and psychologically to how we make decisions and why we make decisions, right? And kind of the theory behind that. My colleague Graham is teaching history of ancient and medieval philosophy. So if you are interested in more, not traditional, but ancient ways and ancient philosophical underpinnings, so thinking about Plato, Aristotle, Socrates, and then much more, the Stoics, thinking about pre-Socratics, you can see Graham's class listed there. Historical figures in philosophy. This is taught by a colleague of mine named Jamal. And I'm pretty sure this is going to be a pseudo-existentialism class. So focusing more so on Kierkegaard, Nietzsche, Sartre, and many others. And then if I have anybody that's really interested in kind of taking a really challenging, rigorous, heady philosophy class, Philosophy 446, which is metaphysics. So a whole semester on kind of the subject of metaphysics, taught by Bert. I think that class would be sweet if you're into that sort of thing, and if you really want to kind of, again, get a really seminar class to the rigors of kind of like high level philosophy. That would be a really cool class to take. And then my colleague Alita is teaching environmental philosophy. So if you're in environmental studies, if you're a natural resource major, anything like that, I think that this class actually counts towards your major, so I would encourage you to take it. But just in general, if you're interested in conversations surrounding the environment, one's relationship to the environment, then I would encourage you to take this class. So those are all of the courses that we're offering in the fall. And like I said, I really encourage you to look into them. I encourage you to sign up for one or two or all of them. And if I can help in any sort of way as you kind of move your path through college, please let me know. And as always, I am very passionate of those pursuing the major or minor if that at all speaks to you. As a department, we've taken a really concerted effort to make it really easy, like planning-wise, easy to double major in philosophy and whatever else you might be interested in. The minor as well, we've made it, again, planning-wise easy to make and add the minor in. And like I've indicated in class and maybe in a couple of other videos, philosophy does present you with skills that will undoubtedly impact every aspect of your professional and personal lives, right? The philosophy trains you how to think well, trains you how to analyze situations, analyze complex problems, communicate effectively, and to be able to, again, think a little bit more abstractly. So depending on whatever your major is, whether that's in the liberal arts, whether that's in the hard sciences, I really encourage you all to take another philosophy class, maybe start to build towards the minor, maybe start to build towards the major. And a couple of other just anecdotes that typically those that study philosophy do really well on the MCAT, the LSAT, the GRE, and other kind of like next step exams. So if you're interested, again, to try to do well on those types of exams, it might be really beneficial to pursue philosophy. So if you have any questions, let me know. I'm highly encouraging of people studying philosophy. Obviously, I'm very, very biased. But if any of that speaks to you, I encourage you to look into it further. I'm happy to answer any questions. But best wishes and enjoy the rest of your Wednesday.